Kim Varner here. You guys have been with us from the very beginning, all 6 weeks. And so, Kim, you've been with us from this morning. Grant just now joining us. So Grant, I want to get your response. You were able to see exactly how Creighton Waters closed this out. It appeared as if he showed those crime scene photos again. How do you think he closed that out? And as a whole, his closing argument lasted 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm. I thought it would actually go longer than 3.5 hours. So I think myself and the jury were probably pleasantly surprised that it came in under 1 day. I thought Creighton had a perfect opportunity and took advantage of it to paint a picture of how the state felt this crime occurred. I thought he closed pretty strong, too, and I thought he drove home the point. And if Creighton had a theme for his closing argument today, I think it was lying family annihilator. Mm-hmm. He drilled it home. He painted a beautiful picture from the state side of what they think happened, how it happened, and why you should believe, without any question, Alec Murdaugh committed these crimes. It was a smooth delivery. It was a solid performance by Creighton, and I think it's the best he's done in 27 days. And whether that's because it was his chance to take the floor entirely without objection or interruption, I don't know. But this was the best we've seen Creighton in 27 days.
All right. Well, if you're going to do the best job, you want it to be in the closing.
That's when you want it to. That's when it counts. That's when all the marbles are on the table.
Yeah, and now we move to the defense, which we know tomorrow, 9:30, things will begin. And what do we expect to see? We know Jim Griffin will be delivering those remarks.
I was a little surprised by that. I think they are also going to hone in on the timeline with the time limit showing this is impossible. Remember when Dick was doing his opening statement, he referred to him as Houdini. You're going to hear Houdini mentioned again, I think. He's going to talk about the time element and what it takes for someone to be forensically clean. No trace blood, and trace blood means it can only be discovered chemically or microscopically, not visual. No DNA, no tissue of any kind in a very, very short window. He's going to point out there is nothing showing that Maggie's phone and Alex's phone were traveling together at any time. And he's going to normalize this by saying, this is what a normal day was. It may not have been normal to Creighton, but if you live on 1,700 acres, part of what you do is when you come home, you go outside, you've got stuff you've got to take care of. Calling your family, that's a loving and caring family. Look at the communications they had earlier in the day. Maggie was worried about him, that he needed to take better care of himself. No sign of animosity. Bottom line is, no motive. It doesn't make sense without some kind of motive.
Right. Okay. Kim Varner, Grant Varner for us. Make sure you stick around. We've got a lot more coverage coming up as those closing arguments now wrap up for the prosecution. And we are watching weather very closely as well, because we have